This best ball draft edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. We're also brought to you by Naira Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont by going to nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Promo code SGPN25. Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money Graham with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Greetings, Sean.
What's happening?
Happy Sunday.
Sunday night football. Ryan, I had a moment. I was here hanging out in the office, grinding, doing some work, cutting up a video, which if you're listening to the podcast, it will be out on our socials, over on X at Gambling Podcast, probably by the time you're hearing this. Check it out. It's a Edge Boost little video you, me, and CJ cooked up. I was working on the editing, and I looked up. There was nothing really going on during the day sports wise, and it was just completely. There were 8 black screens, and I'm thinking, I'm looking at this Sunday, and I was doing the math. How many weeks till this thing is going to be just fully fired up, glowing? We haven't even talked about the huge news, Ryan. I mean,
let's talk about it.
Scott Hansen is returning for the NFL RedZone. I know there were people that were saying, I'm not going to watch RedZone if Scott Hansen, you liars, every single one of you that tried to clout chase off Scott Hansen, you should be ashamed of yourself, you suck ups. We love the NFL RedZone because it's the NFL RedZone. You can have a goddamn robot hiring it, or hosting it, and maybe AI RedZone is probably right around the corner.
Are we sure it's Scott?
What do you mean? Oh, with your
could it already be AI?
Oh, okay.
Did they replace him years ago?
I prefer Siciliano. I'm so old, Ryan, and we're so old that we had the other RedZone, the Siciliano. I grew up with a made guy, Andrew Siciliano, on RedZone, who I really enjoyed. But I'll be honest,
it wasn't that long ago that he was still around.
Oh, that was pretty long ago.
Siciliano?
Yeah. On RedZone? Yeah, that was pretty long ago.
As long as the Direct TV deal happened. So whenever YouTube TV happened, that's when I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot more recent than you remember.
Okay.
That's how unbearable Scott Hansen is. Days feel like years. And I think at the end of the day, what my take on this situation is very simple. We clown the shit out of Aaron Rodgers for making it all about him.
Yeah.
Scott Hansen. First, you make some. I mean, first the football slap apology. Where's the football, Sean? You gotta give me the Gronk football.
No,
I need a demonstration. First, you have this horrible apology when you threw some ads in the commercial-free time, the intimate time.
Oh, so you're right. It was going till December 2022. I guess I
know that because I coached a kid whose parent worked on the production team, and they had nothing but great things to say about Scott Hansen. Let me tell you. No, I think it was purely a cost situation. And Scott Hansen's situation was low rent compared to Siciliano. We all know that. I do think it was significantly cheaper to make. Not surprisingly, it was put on by the NFL Network, not Direct TV. But also, Scott Hansen has love him or hate him. Here's my take. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
Because the more likely situation is we got someone who cared less about football and was worse at the job.
Yeah.
The upside is we didn't know. It's the unknown, right? He could be better, but in some ways, what we have in Scott Hansen is Tomlin-esque. We're going to be around for the playoffs.
I don't know, Ryan. That sounds like a compliment of Scott Hansen.
Not modern Tomlin is not necessarily a compliment. I love Tomlin, but modern Tomlin is not
gets
necessarily
the playoffs every year, crushes his win total.
Never wins the championship. You never thinking about them.
Scott Hansen, if he was an NFL coach, he's not making it to the playoffs. Is my take. Scott Hansen is I
guess what I'm trying to say is there's a floor to his game that I'm fine with, but there's no ceiling.
I feel like the product is so good you could put a lot of people in there and we would not miss.
You don't think you wouldn't be worried it would just be someone who's trying to make it about himself?
You mean like Scott Hansen? You just shit on Scott Hansen for making it all about Scott Hansen. And then
I don't like Scott Hansen.
And then now it's like it sounds like you like Scott Hansen.
I don't like Scott Hansen, but it's like a mechanical memory thing. Like
don't confuse
his douchiness is.
I would just say this: don't confuse your love of RedZone as love of Scott Hansen. Trust me, they put another suit in there.
All right, so who's the guy? Who would you love to see as the RedZone host?
Ryan Real Money Kramer.
I mean,
how have they not done a gambling thing? The NFL is just glazing gambling left and right. How have they not done a gambling RedZone? Call it the Green Zone.
Yeah, those. No, thank you.
Hosted by Sean Green.
No, thank you. I'm watching football.
What do you mean?
I'm watching football. Scott Hansen isn't watching the games. That's the number one thing we don't like about him. Barely watching the games.
But you just went on a tirade saying that you liked him and thought he had a high floor.
No, that wasn't a compliment. It was meant to be like
compared him to Tomlin.
You weren't listening to my take. My take was that they were going to replace him with someone worse because it's a low rent situation and they were going to find someone who's willing to do it at a low dollar and maybe more likely to be bad. We've seen a lot of bad content people get into the NFL space.
Who's a bad RedZone host?
Imagine Ryan Clark becomes the host of RedZone or something like that.
They would never do that.
They could do something like that.
No. Ryan,
that's why I'm saying
you got to recalibrate your.
No, that's why I'm saying Scott Hansen is not a great option, but he was always coming back. And what I hate about this is the Aaron Rodgers delay and make it all about you in the middle. You don't think it's strategic when he's re-signed?
Scott
Nothing
Hansen,
else is going on, so we got to talk about Scott fucking Hansen.
Scott Hansen just got access to all his original masters, the Scott's versions.
Is that it? He owns his own
masters.
Well, that was such a powerful thing with Taylor Swift. Whatever happened, it made it into my algorithm. I was overwhelmed. People were happy.
Welcome to UAB in the chat saying it was like 2 years ago and I learned that Scott Hansen wasn't the catch a predator guy. Oh, maybe he's certainly. I know he hasn't hosted it, but I can't for sure say he hasn't appeared on the program. Cannot speak for him. I assume he hasn't been on, but you never know. And shout out to.
It's also an underrated, kind of shitty job. Because everyone wants to be relaxing, enjoying the games, not having to broadcast. You wouldn't want to do it. You hated the idea of having to do it during a half of a quarter of an Eagles game for the VSiN show opening weekend. Sean, no way you would want to have to work.
If I made Scott Hansen money, I would certainly do it. You're crazy.
Thought you loved the game.
I do. I would watch all 8 games.
Oh. Come on. You're lying right now. You got your NFL hat on and you're lying.
Steven Glansberg in the chat saying Siciliano the GOAT always kept things moving. Scott falls asleep at the wheel, shows kicks, etc. Yes. Matt Farrell saying Ryan Seacrest RedZone host. Give him 5 years.
That would be bad. That would be a bad option. Although so I could see Seacrest being the first guy that gets cloned or turned into an AI hosting bot. Seacrest bot.
Yeah. Well, Seacrest, I would say he knows to let the show be the star, which is one of his great strengths. So unlike Scott Hansen, who makes it all about himself, Ryan Seacrest would.
Are you saying you'd rather have Ryan Seacrest?
I might. Yeah, I might.
Oh, no.
I might.
No.
I might.
No.
Put him in there. The guy's a pro.
No.
I think the show would be remarkably similar, if not better.
Okay. I don't necessarily have an argument for you.
Put him in. Let's see.
Being on Team Seacrest was not something I was anticipating tonight.
We got a lot cooking up. We're going to do a best ball draft. We're going to be ripping packs on air, Ryan. Football cards tomorrow. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break if you want to get in on the Panini Prism, bunch of other cards put together in one big pack. We're going to be open them live on the air. You can buy whatever team, and hey, let's say you take the Philadelphia Eagles. Every Eagles card we open up becomes yours. People are chasing some of these awesome, super valuable rookies. Jalen Hurts is on the 2024 Panini Prism box. A couple teams available. The Vikings, which is interesting because I was told they were going to the Super Bowl, so you would want a JJ McCarthy rookie card, I would assume.
I did bully someone into taking the Packers.
Dallas Cowboys, not surprising.
They're not.
I understand why you wouldn't. As a Cowboys fan,
Sean, maybe
talking a ton of shit and
Sean,
yet don't back it up.
Let's buy the Cowboys and just burn whatever we get. Just whatever it is.
Really? Just put them in the shredder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you sound like you were doing this as an investment.
100%.
If you get a now, I have the Eagles. You have the Giants.
We had an expert on, and that's
Jets
what we learned. We learned that the smart move was investment only. Yes, I will be sell. Maybe I'll sell it to a listener.
Yeah, the Cowboys team is pretty cheap. I saw Welcome to UAB in the chat. I think he's a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs are available. And again, use the promo code SGPN, get you 10% off your pack, and you get a tune in live tomorrow night, 8:30 Pacific on our YouTube.
What will be the last team to sell?
It's a good question.
What's the worst fan base other than the Cowboys? Because we might buy it just so we can shred the cards.
I would say
Bears.
I'll say the Titans.
Man, my DMs have been
no one's taking the Titans.
My DMs have been
because it's a 2024 card,
yeah,
so
right.
you can't even get a Cam Ward rookie.
You're right. My DMs have been loaded up with people on both sides of the Chicago argument. Biggest takeaway: people love Chicago banter. They said more Chicago banter, especially with CJ.
Well, and CJ, of course, chimed in and said it is a Bears city. So
yeah. No, I think people appreciated the debate, which means there is a debate.
No, there's not a debate.
If they're appreciating the debate, there must be a debate.
We got the chat is live and cooking. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/YouTube. Get in over there.
What's I'm just laughing at the UAB chat. I was wondering what the reference was.
He said his Wednesday's episode, just y'all shooting dice in the corner.
I mean,
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Is that something people
live craps cam?
Why is it got? It doesn't. We could play a number of dice game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we could do that. I think we're gonna cover the Belmont, but maybe we'll do Belmont and then dice.
Well, of course, Malcolm the Silversmith Bamford. Is also a known casino guy. Ryan, what was the term for casino dealer that we learned? The coutier.
Oh well, yeah, it was something wild. And by the way, Jake, if you're listening, an old Western or old English silversmith poster of Malcolm. I don't know what that would look like, but
I gotta get Malcolm.
Maybe the internet can help us with. What would a silversmith who also Malcolm's a relative of Malcolm.
He's one of the hosts of the MLB Game on the podcast. Maybe he's hammering like creating a silver baseball bat, right?
Yeah, or just like just something old baseball glove, maybe one of those really nasty old ones.
All right, let's get into it. Let's hop in, Ryan. Do a little Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Draft. Of course, head over to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you that sweet 50% deposit match up to $1,000. They got the sweet pick'em going.
This is weird.
Which is the extender for the NBA Finals. I got a 50% profit boost for NBA Finals Game 1. Burning a hole in my pocket. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN, and we're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost giving away. We're teaming up with them to give away a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. to get your free t-shirt. You sign up for Edge Boost and then you head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free t-shirt. Let's get into the draft, Kramer.
Sorry, I just had to put something from the chat up. It was interesting to me.
Cody says he's a huge Cubs fan, hates the Bears. Well, he probably hates them because they're the most popular team in the city. You can be a White Sox fan and hate the Cubs, but ultimately, if you took a good hard look in the mirror, you would say, well, obviously the Bears are the most popular team and it's not even close.
Embrace debate, Sean. There's clearly a debate.
Clearly there isn't,
and people are appreciative of it. Don't spit on the people who reach out to the show through my DMs.
No one has reached out to me at Sean T Green on X.
Maybe your DMs are turned off.
Well,
maybe your DMs are turned off. Are they open to anyone? Or
yeah.
Okay.
You're a liar who just makes up all these. Everyone's DMing me.
That's not true.
It is true.
That I'm lying.
I don't think. I don't think all these people are reaching out. I'm skeptical.
Okay.
I think you're.
I would never.
Crazy.
I would never violate the sanctity of a direct message.
Okay.
And screenshot it.
All right. Well, then it's. I would say it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable that someone would reach out saying they're a huge fan of the show and they enjoy the conversation about Chicago sports.
Okay, that I believe. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And did he say? Did he say the Bears aren't the number one team?
Like I said, I've had both sides of the aisle.
Okay.
I've had people say that you're absolutely wrong. Love the conversation. You're absolutely wrong.
Yep.
I've also had love the conversation. I agree with the take. So I'm just saying there's debate.
Okay. There's no debate in my mind.
Well, I know that's, but you're not embracing the fact that there could be debate out
right.
there.
This seems like a dumb thing to debate because it's undebatable.
Well, that's what someone who is unwilling to.
What's the most popular sport in America?
Currently, football by a mile.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was part of.
Is that something we should debate?
No, but that was part of the reason why. Sure, it's anchored by that, but I think the fact that people have reached out to me suggesting who are from Chicago
and what did they say?
Who agree with the take that there is an element of it not being a football town.
Well, then what town is it?
Cubs or Bulls.
Okay, that's insane to me.
Okay. I think it might depend on your age and it might depend on your opinion.
No one gives a fuck about this Bulls team. The Bulls haven't been relevant for like 20 years.
I agree.
So that's the person's wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Again, you're obviously all right. So we will not be having this conversation.
No,
Sean doesn't like this conversation.
It's a dumb debate. What do you want me to say?
I'm gonna go
the Bulls are not more popular in Chicago than the Bears.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna click on the button.
All right, let's go.
I mean, someone who is in the streets is disagreeing with you, but they must be wrong as well.
Sure. Waiting for 8 people. All right, I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna draft as well.
I mean, yeah.
Who's disagreeing with me?
Cody.
No, he didn't. He said, "Do you think the Cubs are close?" Yeah, sure. The Cubs are close. They're popular.
I think he's trying to have a reasonable conversation with you.
Oh, sure. That's fine. Yeah. The Cubs are probably the second team, I would say, pretty easily. They've been popular throughout many eras, but the Bears are obviously number one. All right, we got 4 drafters left. Kramer, what are you doing? Draft strategy: hero RB, zero RB, fragile builds.
I'll see where I'm picking. I need to stop having. I wouldn't mind a top 4 pick, maybe.
I was hearing some takes on going the 3 quarterback strategy, and I was kind of
as in like you should go the 3 quarterback strategy.
And their thing was basically if you end up advancing into the playoffs with one of the stud quarterbacks, then you're probably advancing with a bunch of other people. Whereas if you do like 3 mid-range quarterbacks, you have kind of a chance of maybe one of them hits one week, another hits the other week, and coming up with a unique combo on advancing. I thought it was interesting way to break it down.
I have applied that strategy in years past and usually get made fun of from like 3 crappy quarterbacks. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know about crappy, like 3 mid-range.
That is the relative logic though. Like just having, it's like why the same reason you want 3 tight ends. You're just hoping someone steps up with it. Well, that's not the right thing.
Cody's saying in the city you're probably right. Nationally, he thinks the Cubs are pretty popular.
What the hell's going on? Here we go. Well, that's interesting. So the Cubs are more liked nationally than they are locally. feel like there's probably a decent amount of cities that have that same kind of thing.
Kramer, you're on the clock. Number 3. What are you doing? And if you're in the chat and you are playing along with our draft, feel free to let us know what your team name is so we can follow along. Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley seem to be the pretty set 1-2. Kramer, you're on the clock. What are you doing?
I'm just, I mean, even last year it was completely fine taking Justin Jefferson. I definitely think this is an interesting year for the middle of the first round because it's very much your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think you should look at the ADP.
I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs.
So yeah, you did. That's exactly what Sean did right there. His opinion.
Well, I'm not that interested in Bijan or CeeDee Lamb. I'm a little skeptical of
why does this keep happening with Bijan?
What do you mean?
It's like, why is he going this high?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, their offense should be better with Penix, but I don't. Yeah, I'm just a little skeptical of Bijan as a true number 1 running back.
Maybe it's better with Penix. He led the league in some of the not good off target throws. Like
I think Michael Penix might have a better year than JJ McCarthy.
Okay,
I mean,
I see why you virtually have to have that take, but yeah,
Well, I just think he got real game experience, which I think is going to be helpful. Ashton GT goes, Puka Nacua, Malik Nabels, Christian McCaffrey, and you look at that that crazy schedule they have, the back-to-back international games within his first 6 weeks as a quarterback.
I like the support structure and players around JJ McCarthy.
The offensive roster, sure, but he didn't play it all last year. He was injured.
That's fair.
Penix is out there. He's seen live bullets.
That's fair.
And I liked Michael Penix as a prospect.
I think JJ McCarthy may have still gained more from last season than Michael Penix. From being in that structure and learning and understanding.
I still think playing matters. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers. Well,
I'm not saying that you're doing the same thing as before. I completely agree that getting reps helped. I still think that there's a chance because of the support structure in Atlanta being horrible that JJ McCarthy gained more by learning last year from that offense, O'Connell, and seeing the system in play. And obviously I'm not super high on Michael Penix, and I'm not overly high on the team around him. I mean, I think very easily this is both. I think the likelihood the Falcons tank is easier for me to see, I guess, too.
Intentionally?
No, tank in terms of hit their floor projection or whatever, or have a really bad outcome with the quarterback not getting injured.
Nico Collins, Drake London, Brian Thomas, AJ Brown, Devon Achan. So we and some of the listeners here, we got Legacy A Roking. He's drafting. What spot is he in?
1.
Oh, okay. First, he took Jamar Chase. We got Cletus Cleveland, Cletus or something like that. Where's he at, Ryan? He's drafting 5 right after me. Ladd McConkey. Damn it! Right. I'm on the clock. Oh shit.
Who are you gonna take? One of your favorite running backs is right there.
Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I was gonna maybe go T Higgins, but was too busy talking to the chat and hosting the show. But I had T Higgins last. I want some more Ladd McConkey though.
The volume. He's one of these.
Kramer did go T Higgins.
Yeah. That seems. I mean, I guess there's a couple other receivers I could have taken there, but that seems like the obvious choice. Bucky Irving's interesting this year. He had such a nice year last year.
Yeah.
The offense should be so good. Running backs tend to in terms of running backs, you really want to bet on the offense. So I guess really look 2 running backs too, Sean. Very boomer of you.
Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson. You'll remember last Sunday.
4 running backs take on this team. Be different. Go fragile now that you took 2 big dogs.
So don't draft any more running backs till late.
I mean, I think you can still draft him. I'm just saying, don't spend more than 4 roster spots.
Chase Brown goes. Josh Jacobs.
Oh man, I was really eyeing up a Chase Brown pickup there. All right, let's do it. I don't love the. Actually, you know what? Yes. Pivot.
Oh, Trey McBride.
I was gonna. Well, I don't want to take. I was gonna take Jackson Smith and Jigba because I am starting to buy in on the idea of his volume. But yeah, Tyreek Hill also in the conversation.
I took Tyreek Hill. Let's go.
Trey. So yeah, Trey McBride versus Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is obviously a more interesting, like ceiling guy. But it does seem like there's a tiny bit of risk. It's not preventing me from drafting Tyreek Hill, but in this case, give me Trey McBride instead. But
I have a healthy risk appetite. Right?
Yeah, for Tyreek Hill, that's fine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because again, if Tua gets hurt, then maybe this lineup is cooked. But Tyreek Hill is a crazy high ceiling, and he's saying all the right things in camp. They asked him, "Hey, you mentioned how you wanted to be traded?" He's like, "I was just emotional."
JK.
Yeah, he seems like he's saying all the right stuff. So we'll see. I definitely like him in.
He's a nice piece to pair with the 2 running backs.
I mean, he could lead the league in receptions and or yards and or touchdowns, and you're getting him in the 3rd round. I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, exactly. Can you lead the league in receptions?
Could he
or yards?
Could he have a better year than Nico Collins, Drake London, Brian Thomas, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson?
Tyreek Hill's in the legit offensive player of the year category just because of where he plays, the system,
that offense,
and how he can have these tremendous big games.
I mean, Garrett Wilson. When was the last time Justin Fields dragged a receiver up in fantasy?
Garrett Wilson's an interesting guy for me this year. I'm not super interested.
I like him as a receiver, and I do like Justin Fields as a quarterback because of the rushing yards, not because of anything he's doing passing wise.
I'd rather not take a high. If I'm going to take Justin Fields, I don't want to have him with a high capital guy that. Yeah, I don't love Garrett Wilson. I'd rather do Breece Hall.
I think I think maybe you just stack with like a.
No, I'd rather give me Breece Hall, Justin Fields, Braylon Allen. Get him with. I mean, that's the game, right?
I put him with like Mason Taylor or Josh Reynolds. Like, I don't think you really need to stack him that much.
Well, I don't think you need to stack him at all.
Yeah.
But who's if it is a receiver, who is it?
For what, the Jets?
Josh Reynolds, right?
Oh, like a random one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. We get some quarterbacks off the board: Lamar, Josh Allen, Xavier Worthy, now Ted McMillan, Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith behind Ted McMillan.
Okay.
Don't see that. DJ Moore goes.
What's the deal with James Cook?
I don't know. He wants $20 million a year, right?
But he's got to play, right?
Does he? Zay Flowers goes right in front of me. Let's see. I don't have a ton of this, gentleman, but I think again, massive upside. Give me Jameson Williams. He could certainly make a huge jump. He's had some kind of a weird career, certainly, or weird start to his career.
We're gonna do back-to-back teams where I take Travis Hunter way too early.
4th round. I mean, it could be good, but it also, we could be looking back on it going like, why was he I mean,
look at the range of players in that right now though.
I mean, DK Metcalf is more of a sure thing. Jaden Daniels, Joe Mixon.
Who's TK's quarterback?
I do think it's Aaron Rodgers, and I do think the funny thing was, I think he did this not signing thing because he had plans. He didn't want to get shit like he did last time for missing camp. Kramer, you're on the clock.
I know. I'm debating. I keep ending up. I don't know. I just
Chuba Hubbard. No, thank you.
I mean, go look at the numbers from last year, Sean.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts. Dog. Oh, this team's gonna be awesome.
Chuba Hubbard last year finished 13th and had a number of like nothing games early in the season.
Yeah, no, he's not interesting to me in fantasy. Kenneth Walker, aka K9.
You would take Kenneth Walker over Chuba Hubbard?
Not necessarily. I mean, again, I don't really like a lot of these running backs in this range. I mean, I you could almost talk me into James Conner over Chuba Hubbard. RJ Harvey, massive upside. Although I would be skeptical of drafting him in the 5th round.
When we first started doing these drafts, I drafted him in one of them in like the 8th or 9th round, maybe even later.
Yeah, he's been the guy the fantasy nerds are in love with. I honestly like
Alvin Kamara.
After like Chase Brown, I kind of don't like the running backs for like a little bit. Maybe Joe Mixon, but like the James Cook, Chuba, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change by the time we're starting the season. I think I'm going to change your mind. Their running back room has Rico Dowdle, Trevor Etienne. It just seems like there's also a version where he has a tremendous workload all year.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten burned in the past where it's like this guy's going to get all the touches as a running back, but he's not that good of a running back. And that's where I've gotten fucked. So that's
that I disagree with. I like Chuba. I disagree with the fantasy nerds who think Chuba is not good. I watch him run.
Jawan Jennings.
I like Roma Dunze this year.
Yeah, I mean I guess I don't mind it. I guess the scary part is, what's this new offense going to look like? Who's going to get the touches? Does he trust DJ Moore? I was listening to something of Albert Breer they were showing Caleb Williams videos of how he laid on the ground too much after getting sacked, and they're like, "You're the franchise quarterback. You have to get up quick." And he was laying on the ground. To me, that's the red flag, is lack of toughness. And I know you can say, you didn't see that. Well, he painted his nails and all that stuff. Hey, you can be a zesty motherfucker and still be super tough. Look at Dennis Rodman. Did anyone ever question his toughness? Got into all sorts of whatever deviant stuff, but that guy, no one ever questioned Rodman's toughness. So that made me not feel great. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Dennis Rodman's everything. Sam Laporta, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin. Yeah, Godwin, I cannot take in fantasy. I love him, but that injury was rough. All right, I'm back on the clock. Deebo Samuel, Jacoby Myers. Ooh, why don't we do a little Ricky Pearsall? Nice opportunity here, year 2 in the Brock Purdy offense. I mean, Ricky Pearsall had some nice games from what I remember, didn't he? I feel like he had a couple spike games. And you want to talk about tough guys? Literally got shot, came back later in the season.
You don't even really have to justify it. Also, simply because he's a 2nd-year receiver in a system that should work for him.
Yeah,
assuming I think Ayuk has to stay. Ayuk and Kittle being available probably matter, but yeah, I mean. And you've read the stuff about the chemistry between him and Purdy.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Cody's. You got to be tough to fuck Madonna. Oh man, Father Time remains undefeated with Madonna. Marquise Goldwyn, Caleb Johnson, rookie running back for the Steelers. Kramer on the clock. Kramer, what are you doing?
Just gonna add another.
Quinshon Judkins, just great football name.
Which is better, Quinshon or Judkins? Judkins sounds like something moving slowly through mud.
Yeah. I took Jacoby Myers. Am I crazy, Ryan?
No, I like him.
Yeah.
He's all right. So reasons why Jacoby Myers is excellent for fantasy this year.
He's just a professional receiver with not a lot of competition.
He'll do well. He'll be the number 2 target there with Brock Bowers, most likely. He also stacks nicely with Geno. You're hearing the very high praise compliments for Gino from Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator. You've also heard Chip say positive things about Myers. Again, professional receiver. And it's not like they're going to have a great defense. I know Pete Carroll should have them better, but 4th place in the division still is probably likely.
Hey, of course, Belmont coming up on Saturday, and get ready with a $25 free bet from Naira Bets. That's right. Head over to nyrabets.com/SGPN25. We're going to be talking with our horse guys later on in the week, but get that free bonus. nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Get in on that $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. And of course, shout out to Circa. Love us the Circa. We're going to be doing our live show from Veasan Friday night there at Circa. Good times as always, and get in on their free fantasy football contest. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa. Imagine you and your 11 guys or gals are
gals. You think so?
Yeah, there are plenty of gals in the fantasy football.
They're welcome.
Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa. Everyone enter, because if one of you wins, you win a trip for the whole party. You get the $5,000 bar tab at Stadium Swim. You get a limo to and from. And of course, if you're just going to Circa anytime, SGP15 get you 15% off. But enter the ultimate fantasy football contest for free. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA.
Where are we at?
Oh, Cooper Kupp went, Ryan.
Oh no,
Stefon Diggs.
Ooh, whoa, hey. Okay, that's an interesting corner right there.
Kelce goes. I feel like that's a little higher than normal for Kelce. His ADP's got to be super low, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still, he's being drafted like it's unclear if he's playing this year. How else can you explain 8th round that being high?
Oh, he had a very down year, or like a, kind of, he's 100% playing, or at least barring major injury.
I think you have to look at the ADP as a slight pause. 8th round.
Yeah, no, I think it's all performance.
Okay.
Somewhat. I think Sportsbook paid out. Is he retiring? No, they've already paid that out.
What?
Jonnu Smith, Brian Robinson Jr., Josh Downs. Well, you're the only one who's holding on to the idea that he's going to retire.
I'm not holding on to anything. I'm just speculating, having a conversation. I think it's a valid.
You love your conversation.
It's a valid conversation.
Okay, what am I going to do here?
I see some Sean picks. I don't have it rated by ADP though. Let's see. Oh, I still see some Sean picks. I see some rookie receivers. I see some.
I'll take a Buka.
All right, so we're gonna double quarterback this.
Oh, Kramer took in Kyler Murray.
Little double stack. Little bang bang.
What do you mean by double stack? You have 2 Arizona.
I have T Higgins and I have Trey McBride.
Oh, okay.
So 2 single.
So you got
stacks.
Joe Burrow. Okay, yeah. I miss you getting Burrow. Baker goes. So I was considering maybe a Baker play, but any Colts pass catchers interesting? No, right?
It's very difficult for me. Because that quarterback situation could be dreadful. Oh, I was gonna take Jaden Higgins. He's
interesting. He was also tough. Possibly in my queue.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up with a lot of Jaylen Warren. I think I'm not really sure why all the hate. Is someone gonna take his job in the passing game? They drafted a bruiser from Iowa.
Just took Keon Coleman. Talk about a guy who might be able to make a second jump.
Look at all these receivers you've got.
I went 2 stud running backs up top, Ryan, and now building my roster of other guys here, receivers. Oh, Justin Fields goes. He was right in my queue.
Sean, what here? Can I make a recommended queue pairing for you?
Sure.
Bo Nix.
Okay.
And Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Bo Nix just got drafted, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
It's very annoying.
Oh wow, that just happened.
Do I have to draft Brock Purdy to put him with Ricky Pearsall?
He's in your queue, right?
I might. Yeah.
You're a professional.
I also have Jameson Williams. Do I just wait?
Get Tua in your queue? Get Jared Goff in your queue?
Tua, no.
Gino? You got Gino in there?
Gino? No.
I love the Gino pairing. That's a great pairing.
Don't we take Jared Goff instead with Jameson Williams?
You can do that as well. Why not do both? You were telling me how you want to do a 3-man weave at the quarterback position.
It's not a bad idea.
Commit to it. Be about it.
Brock Purdy and Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Get 3 fun team.
You brought up a good point. We should have 3 quarterbacks.
Now, what week do the playoffs start? Is it 14, 15, 16, 17, right?
15, 16, 17.
Okay. It's not 4 weeks. It's only 3.
3 weeks.
All right. Brock Purdy went. So there goes that dream. Really got to stop talking about,
well, now you're kind of boxed into the idea of
our buddy Nikki Sager's in there. No, I'm not boxed.
And you can Jack Beck. He goes nicely with Gino as well.
Jared Goff goes. No, see, this is what happens when we talk about these guys.
Wow, dude, you're really getting screwed by it. These are people who are fans of us. I see the. I've also seen some of the fantasy nerd community start to rally around Mark Andrews value. I don't know. I don't think so. Are there any quarterbacks left for you to draft, Sean?
Quarterbacks? Yeah, definitely. I got a lot of outs. Just took Christian Kirk though.
Okay. It's that time of year.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good where I'm at. What are you doing, Ryan? Herbert just went.
Taking my man Tugboat.
Tugboat tootin'.
Tugboat.
Michael Penix. Tua is available. Matt Stafford. Why does no one draft Matt Stafford?
Yeah, love.
I mean, like if you have Puka, you gotta get Matt Stafford, right?
Yeah. I mean, Matt Stafford is to your point on the 3 quarterbacks. If you're doing 3 quarterbacks, look where you can get him. Love that. All right. I need to start adding to my receiver room.
I don't know. But the problem is now, if you don't have a pass catcher, you're ending up with like Tutu Atwell as your pass catcher. You got to get Puka.
Stafford has to be Puka.
I don't know. Stafford without Puka isn't super appealing. Hollywood Brown. I do like Evan Ingram though. Period.
All right, more rookies.
Ooh, took the old rookie receiver Kyle Williams. I'm going Evan Ingram, right? I didn't get Bo Nix, but I still think Evan Ingram's a good play.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be the Joker. He's going to be everything that Greg Dulcich was supposed to be.
Yeah, Dulcich was fun, but never worked out for me.
Dulcich is on the Giants, Sean, currently.
You know, he's one of those guys that has talent. We'll see.
He's not a tight end. He's just one of those athletic guys. He's a big receiver.
Of course, Rhythm, baby. Rhythm is going to bet you. They got a new thing going now. Power trends. Love the idea of. It just sounds awesome. It's like when they introduce a Hemi. You have no idea what a fucking Hemi is, but
what is a Hemi?
It just sounds awesome. The Hemi engine, Ryan. I've been using Rhythm a ton. I've been cleaning it up. Basically, I just take Rhythm's models and then go over to Underdog for the pick'em and or mybookie.ag. It all works. Of course, great for the NBA Finals. Ooh, and they do have a power trend for NBA Finals Game 1. Jalen Williams under 28.5 points and assists. Rhythm loves it. I love Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Ryan, why don't we'll do a MyBookie money bag at the end of the show. Nikki Sager, Ryan, I saw just snake Trevor Lawrence from you.
I know.
And you had that beautiful stack all ready to go.
It's not mission critical.
Okay.
I've laid it out now where I have multiple third stack options. Is all I'm trying to say.
You drafted Kirk Cousins at all?
I'm drafting Aaron Rodgers before I'm drafting Kirk Cousins. What about you? The same order?
Kirk Cousins, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I don't think either are really that fantasy relevant, but
you don't think Aaron Rodgers as the Steelers starting quarterback is fantasy relevant?
In
a fantasy format where you're drafting all the quarterbacks
compared to Kirk Cousins, sure.
That was all I was saying. That was just getting a takeoff.
What would you set the line, Ryan? Who wins more games, or what? Just set the line. Games won as a starter next year: Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, and what would you set the line at? I mean, Aaron Rodgers. At least Kirk Cousins
the Steelers
is
had
Kirk Cousins.
8.5.
Kirk Cousins is on a team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just saying.
7.5. Okay. Isaiah likely goes.
I mean, hearing the quotes about Harbaugh, he loves Isaiah Likely.
Really does.
Were you going to try and take Drake May, Ryan? I saw Drake May got drafted.
Was in the queue.
Drake May might be. I think he is going to run more this year, so I think he's a little bit more fantasy relevant. But I did tweet out the stat, Ryan. The New England Patriots last year 1-9 in games where Drake May attempted double-digit passes.
Very well done, by the way. Very well done.
Oh, I
very well done.
They could be a better team, but he played 11 games where they threw double-digit passes, only won one of them.
I'm just saying.
How much has changed? Done. I get it. They have a better coach. If they went from 1 win to 6 wins, that's a huge improvement.
I love
1 to 9 wins is a massive, crazy swing. I'm on the clock. Oh, I need that Dallas Goedert stack. Let's go. Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert. I'm liking this.
Yeah. I took my third quarterback, stacked him with my number 1 receiver,
JJ McCarthy.
I have Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think
is Tua in your queue, Sean?
No,
get him in your queue. Tua's going ridiculous. You're taking 3 crappy quarterbacks. That's not a bad crappy quarterback to have.
What about CJ Stroud?
Do you have a stack?
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
Oh, but I still like the Tyreek Hill stack better.
Mm.
I like the Tyreek Hill. I mean, CJ Stroud is also going pretty late, but I feel like Tua it's best. But when he's playing, he's going to have much higher ceiling games.
It's true. But then also the playoffs happen during cold weather, Ryan.
That's fair. It's your team. It's your team.
I do also would have to root for. Imagine me winning $1 million. Oh, and they're at Houston Steelers week 15.
Houston has Arizona, Las Vegas at Chargers. Houston has a very nice playoff.
Come
record.
On. Yeah, I feel like should have more Houston. Kramer, you're on the clock.
Yeah, I got to be honest. One of the guys who makes the least sense to me in terms of why he's going so late. Are you not up to speed? I'm not a Jordan Love guy, but Romeo Doubs is Jordan Love's guy.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of competition there, but we're into the 13th round.
Doubs is probably my favorite receiver of the bunch.
How many pass catchers do you think have gone on the Green Bay Packers?
2.
Matthew Golden.
Oh yeah.
Jaden Reed both went.
So
and Tucker Kraft.
So 4. Well, 4 including
and Josh
Doubs.
Jacobs.
You went Romeo Doubs. I went Jalen McMillan. So I kind of have a nice little Jalen McMillan Ibuka. So I just need some Godwin, Mike Evans.
You're still not taking a quarterback.
Because I got so many options here.
You're just assuming everyone's already. There are a lot of teams who have taken 3 quarterbacks already.
Yeah,
including myself.
Cletus did take CJ Stroud, but that's fine. I can take. I'll go with Tua.
There's a small part of me that's.
And I think, there's also a quarterback on the Colts that I think might be fun as a third quarterback.
Daniel Jones?
No.
Oh.
He's a different rushing quarterback.
Okay. Anthony Richardson.
I'm not going to reveal.
Why not go both?
Because you're burning. Well, maybe not. Maybe you aren't. Honestly,
that's a rushing touchdown a game, right?
Probably one of them will play, but also both them getting hurt
Also very likely. And
we were doing that when we were figuring out the odds for the rookie.
The number one pick, Sean. That might be our bet. Colts number one pick. Because think about it. How quickly could that thing turn into a complete dumpster fire? To me, the Colts have a much lower floor than maybe they could. What's their price? You think for worst record? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's probably.
Which, by the way, Bengals 28-1, most wins, still available out there, Sean. Bengals 28-1, most wins, still available.
Really?
Announcing that to the people. All right, I'm pulling up the numbers. We got to find this out. Colts least wins. What's that price? Let's see.
It's gonna feel really gross when I draft Tua.
Yeah, but it's the right thing to do. Fewest wins, Colts 16-1.
Yeah, it's not that exciting.
No.
Trey Benson goes. Cam Ward off the board. Pat Bryant, receiver for the Broncos. Hunter Henry, Alec Pierce. Ooh, Michael Penix goes.
Horrible pick.
Tua goes.
Wow. No, my God, Sean.
Who thought
you're not going to have a quarterback?
What do you mean?
I'm worried.
Tank Bigsby goes.
Feel like you're really minimizing the position.
I'll take Anthony Richardson here.
Okay. Let's get Michael Wilson in there. Double stack for Kyler. See what I'm doing? Sean, there's a certain white receiver who you should be aware is available. I don't know if you need another receiver.
I mean, I could take Bryce Young and Adam Thielen, but I don't.
That's a great stack.
Yeah. I got Evan Ingram and Goddard. Is that enough to carry my tight end room?
No, you should take a third one.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little double stack for Mr. Joe Burrow with Mike Gesicki, the volleyball player. You're on the clock, Sean.
Yep. Give me Braylon Allen.
What's your take on the? You're welcome. I let him go for you.
Thank you.
What's your take on the 20-second clock? It's awesome.
Love it.
Awesome work by Underdog.
And Gesicki was also in my queue.
Yeah, well, I have Joe Burrow. It wouldn't have made sense for you to take him. So what do you got right now? I'm at a 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 receivers, 2 tight ends. Unique build.
I got 2 quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Anthony Richardson. Only 3 running backs: Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irvin, Braylon Allen. Then I got Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams, Ricky Pearsall, Jacoby Myers, Amika Agbuka, Keon Coleman, Christian Kirk, Jalen McMillan, and then tight ends Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert.
You actually probably could take another. You could maybe get to 5 running backs if you're worried. But if not, you definitely should get to 3 tight ends with that build. You got room for it. And it seems like you have good receiver depth.
Yeah. Should I? Well, I also want a 3rd quarterback.
Yeah, that's right. That was your whole thesis.
Yeah.
Or a whole idea. Who is that 3rd quarterback? Who's even left? No, there's no.
Oh, I got one I like.
You're gonna take. You not want me to say? I won't say.
Yeah, don't say it.
I won't say it. I won't say Shador Sanders.
That would be fun. Jalen Wright goes. I was kicking him around in my queue.
What are our thoughts on Justice Hill this year?
Yeah, I don't know.
Blake Corum?
Yeah.
Marshawn Lloyd. Blake Corum, Marshawn Lloyd in a similar spot. A little hype as a rookie, didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's normal, and they're still in the same backup role.
When are you picking?
After you.
Okay. Then I have Marshawn Lloyd in my queue.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs 1 year older.
I mean, they drafted him for a reason. Underwhelming rookie year. He got hurt. I forget how long he was out, but he's practicing without restrictions. Good sign there.
What about the kid that the Saints drafted? I'm blanking on. Let me pull up his.
Devin Neal. Josh Dobbins goes.
I guess is Kendre Miller still in that room?
They really hated him.
It's a new coach though. That could be good for him. Maybe I should put him on my list.
Tajay Brooks. That's kind of a fun.
Well, no, I mean we're kind of talking out something here. Maybe we should get him on the list.
Who?
Who were we just talking about? Neil.
Oh, Marshawn Lloyd goes.
Oh my God, and Justice Hill. I was eyeing up Justice Hill. Take your time.
I'll go Devin Neal.
Take your time.
No, there's like 20 seconds. I can't.
Yeah, we gotta go big game hunting here.
So Ryan,
Blake Corum for me.
I got 2 spots left. I only have 4 running backs. One's Braylon Allen, one's Devin Neal. Do I try and get a 5th running back and I only have 2 quarterbacks. I have 4 running backs and 2 tight ends. What do I do position wise here with these last 2 picks?
I think you should take a 3rd tight end for sure. And I guess you
over running back or quarterback?
Over running back.
Okay.
Trust your gut. All right, 1 homer play.
Darius Slayton. I took Jalen Milroe in the 17th round. He definitely is a guy that could be like the starter randomly for a couple of weeks in the playoffs and running a bunch.
Tyler Shuck right after that. I will say, I
mean, he does start 17 games.
Tyler Shuck, he's got some pop on his ball. I've been seeing some impressive throws. Still very possible it's a dumpster fire down there, but as Colby said, he'll get hurt in 3 weeks. He has gotten. I think he hasn't finished the season in 6 years or something like that.
Who?
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. Well, he's played so many seasons too. But the case for him is
just funny. He
is the Bo Nix
Herbert.
Stories.
Yeah.
And we were talking.
Well, Bo Nix was playing the whole time.
Yeah.
And the guy the whole time. And he went through some crazy, like different kind of adversity, I guess.
Making Bacon pointing out 49ers easy schedule. We're taking any of their players this year because of that. I mean, I'm scared of Christian McCaffrey, obviously coming off that crazy ass injury, but I feel pretty good with my Ricky Pearsall pick. I think that's a fun one. Of those, of the San Francisco guys, considering where they get drafted, what's the one you like the best? For me, it is Pearsall because, or maybe Kittle. I guess I don't know his ADP that well, but Pearsall and Kittle, I think, are the guys.
Scroll up. Let's see. So Kittle went 5th round. Pearsall went 6th round, and Ayuk went 7th round. So Pearsall's the first guy, Sean.
Well, after McCarthy.
Yeah.
Or McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's.
Cat McCaffrey's. Is that the preferred nomenclature?
Yeah. Well, his dad was from the Lehigh Valley area. Easy Ed McCaffrey. Local legend.
Oh yeah.
Russell Wilson went to Nicky Sager.
2 Giants quarterbacks went. Hey, look at that. Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, all at the same time.
Jackson Dart going ahead of him.
Should I take Jameis?
Yeah, why not?
Complete the I have 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, and 2 tight ends. I guess I have to take my own medicine here and take a tight end.
Ryan, Noah Gray, Jatavion Sanders.
I mean, do you have a stack opportunity? That would be
Elijah Arroyo with Jalen Milroe.
I mean, you always like Dawson Knox as well. Noah Fant. That would be a stack with.
I'll go with Jatavion Sanders. I think he's of those guys, probably the most obvious role. Could have went Taysom Hill. I already have enough Taysom Hill though.
I was gonna say, how is he still available? I really want to take Noah Gray there because Travis Kelce could retire. Sean feels strongly I'm wrong.
Well,
how is Taysom Hill not drafted?
Obviously,
are you idiots not aware that he plays quarterback?
Obviously, Ryan, and especially this year. Obviously, Ryan
so much this year
doesn't think he's going to.
There might be games where you got to start Taysom Hill. You got Spencer Rattler, Jake Haener, and
what's your projected point total, Ryan?
How do you see that on your computer?
After the draft, I went and completed drafts so I could read off my roster. We got Jalen Hurts, AR-15, Jalen Milroe, running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irvin, Braylon Allen, Devin Neal. Receivers. This is where it gets interesting. Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams, Ricky Pearsall, Jacoby Myers, Emeka Ibuka, Keon Coleman, Christian Kirk, and Jalen McMillan. Tight ends Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert, and Jatavion Sanders.
You're a big McMillan guy.
Love McMillan. Yeah, the Ibuka stuff's not scaring me off. Like he's probably going to be one of my highest ownership.
Well, I mean, you just keep taking them. All right, so I'm looking at the projections for this league.
Yes,
Sean, I crushed it.
Great.
2908.1. You're at 2754.1. So very mid. I think I'm the second highest projection. No big deal.
I feel like the computer's always wrong in these things.
Yeah. Sometimes it's wrong. Other times it's right. I have Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy, Chuba Hubbard, Quinshawn Judkins, Jalen Warren, Tugboat Tootin, Blake Corum. A little light in the running back pants. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Travis Hunter, Kyle Williams, Romeo Dobbs, Michael Williams, Darius Slayton, Trey McBride, Mike Gesicki, Taysom Hill. 3 white guys in the tight end room, Sean. So I don't think that's plus EV. And JJ McCarthy on the team.
If you want us to rate your team or guess your fantasy age, if you remember last year, we looked at a guy's draft and I nailed his
last week
age. Yes. What did I say?
Last year.
Oh, last week.
I don't think you had that power last year.
Last week we did one of these Best Ball Mania drafts. I guess the guy's age exactly 39.
Is anyone in the chat asking?
Yeah,
they don't want to hear it. They don't want the hard truth.
They're scared. Orange Chicken saying he put 100 down on Jadon Blue, offensive rookie of the year. Ryan,
get your shit out of here. These fucking Cowboy fans. They get one little toy and they're like, "Look at us." Got George Pickens. I mean, your quarterback's developing.
Ryan, can you show me the number, the 12 team? Vaughn in the chat.
The 12 team.
Yes.
All right, so we're at the top. Derrick Henry.
Okay. And now this is JCHEC is the team name, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now this is interesting because I let's both guess his age.
All right, so Derrick Henry won. Obviously, we're immediately thinking older already.
Yeah.
Then Brock Bowers
That's
too.
Interesting.
Also older because
really?
Look at Brock
Bowers does look like an old
Brock Bowers is every unathletic, early to balding dude in the world is like, oh man, if he can do it, I can do it. Let me get back out on the horse. Mike Evans. Oh, this is Sean. This might be you. And then hard left turn.
Lamar Jackson. That's usually a younger person's
as the first quarterback. That should be noted. Roma Dunze, like that's kind of young. We're getting skewing younger now. And then hard left turn to Juwan Jennings, who is a fantasy nerd darling pick this year.
I like Juwan Jennings too.
But that is absolutely like this is a guy who's
it's a millennial thing. Yeah.
No, I think he's consuming fantasy content.
Okay.
I don't know what age group, but Cooper Kupp. Oh, we're swinging back
to old guy.
Travis Kelce. Oh my God. And then Tyrone Tracy, Najee Harris. I'm losing myself. This is very young to do this little running back run here. Isaac Guerrero, Ray Davis. Oh, this is very young. I mean, is that their first? So hero RB. It looked old. It was disguised, Sean. This is not a old guy move. This is a hero RB move.
Yeah.
And you see all the. This is look at this. Look at how he disguised that he's a piss boy. You see this?
Piss boy is when you draft all yellow.
Yeah, basically a piss boy here doing hero RB because that's what the simulations are saying. Hero RB is optimal. You know that.
Yeah.
So this is actually a young guy. And then we got Geno Smith, who I think is actually a fantasy nerd darling as well. Really? As a backup quarterback this year. Alec Pierce, okay, high efficiency best ball pick. Clearly, Jalen Wright, another great best ball pick.
I do like Jalen Wright.
Consuming more fantasy content. Probably a fan. This could be a fan of a guy like Leone, De'Ami Brown, Daniel. Yeah, I mean now we're confident.
Now you're crazy.
And right here, this pick right here, this is the pick of a young man, Dante Thornton out of Las Vegas. So I'm gonna say this is like a 25-year-old.
Really?
Yeah.
25's your guess.
I'm gonna say. The range would be 25 to 30. I'll go 26. I'll go 26. Saquon's number 26.
I will go. I'm going to say 34 years young.
34. Nice.
Vaughn. We just broke down. How do you feel about his team, Ryan? Certainly unique build. I love the Jalen Wright pick. Ray Davis, I like a lot. Like he executed hero RB perfectly.
He studies how to build a good team. Now, whether or not we like the picks, I don't think I'm taking Derrick Henry in the first round.
Yeah,
personally.
But it felt like he forced the hero RB strategy a little bit.
No.
Making Bacon
very
saying
strategic.
He's thinking early 30s. JMU Dukes in the chat saying, how do I get in one of these drafts? Are you guys doing more? Yeah. We're going to be doing a bunch between now and the start of football season.
Sorry.
Vaughn is 25.
That was my original guess, and I moved it to 26.
All right. So you almost got it, Ryan. Congrats. Should have trusted your instinct. Very close.
That was pretty impressive. You can say so.
No, it was.
I saw the disguise. We thought this was a boomer, and I spotted. I said, "This is."
If you would have guessed correctly, it would have been very impressive. Well, you got close.
That was very well disguised, like a fucking rattlesnake in the desert.
JMU Duke saying, "How do you?" Yes, we are planning on doing a bunch of these drafts between now and the and football season. It seems like Sunday night's a good time. Sunday night football, of course. Get in Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN, and then just hop in when the show starts. We're usually 8:30 Pacific. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. Smash it. Turn on notifications so you can hop in and draft live with us. And of course, last but not least, shout out to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We got a lot coming up this week. We got NBA playoffs, aka NBA finals. We got the Belmont. What else is happening? Right?
NFL futures. There's always NFL futures.
Oh, there's always.
No, yeah. I mean, we're back. The big thing this week is we're back at the track. It's the Belmont. And UFL. UFL
playoffs. We're gonna be ripping packs, of course, tomorrow night, aka Monday night, depending on when you're listening to this. So lots of good stuff. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. Make sure you that subscribe button. And anytime we're talking about the NFL, I'm wet. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
We buy the Cowboys. We shred any cards we get.
Kramer, let it ride.